everyone, your girl list here is now officially 11:38, and this is about the gist of it, honestly, as you guys can see. So I will talk more about when I am not driving and I get but down there to the Turkey Hill Overlook walking trail. So here we go. Hey everyone, your girl list here. So coming to you guys today now. Obviously you guys saw I just drove up past the Turkey Hill Dairy, and there isn't much going on up there. I thought it would be a little bit bigger of an area, so they definitely must, I don't know, like have really big things in there. Not things, but like, you know, cylinders and stuff like that where you can mass produce stuff like that, because I think that is, I mean, it says it's the dairy, so where else would it be that they make the ice cream, right? That is crazy though, guys, that they must make a lot of stuff in there. Then obviously they have a big cow, they have a truck entrance, and then they have this other little plant up above, as you guys saw. So obviously you guys could see the trucks and all of that. So that's where the trucks were. Then it said visitors had to, you know, check in, but I wasn't gonna ask today about tours. You know, maybe I'll call sometime, you know. So yeah, anyhow guys, we're officially here. We are officially going to walk the whole way. I didn't do much filming this morning just because I was on a roll, ready to roll. So obviously I filled up both water bottles again today. I have 2 extra bottles in here with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Obviously driving here, I obviously ate a Pop-Tart and some peanuts, which is good. You know, and obviously you guys just saw I have this because I'm going to put this in my hair. I did put on some heavy hold or medium hold hairspray, but I just want to put on, you know, the full kit and caboodle today. They also definitely shouldn't have the back of this area the way that they have it. You guys can see back there, right? So boom. Yeah, you know, they should definitely have some kind of sign, you know, drop off or something to get people's attention to where they really look, you know, because you're like, oh, it just goes right up, and then, you know, you'd tear out the back of your car, and you definitely wouldn't be able to drive it at all because you would tear out very vital things, right? Now, if something hits just underneath the grill, like, you're not gonna tear out terrible things, but you go down over there in reverse, yeah, okay, you're gonna, you know, break some axles, right, and stuff that keeps your wheels to spin. I don't even know what the heck that's called because I'm not super big into cars. But yes, guys, like I said, without further ado, we're gonna walk on in there. I probably won't do any recording until I get to mile 3, just because I don't know how long it is in here, and you guys know that obviously recording drains battery quickly. So yes, we're gonna try to conserve the battery. I was going to bring my GoPro, but then I decided no. So yeah, so we'll officially get on in here. I might do some pictures on the way. So, and then obviously probably walking back. Well, actually the sun's out now. So honestly, I might just, you know, once I get about half a mile in here, just take off my shirt and do a hot girl summer hike, you know? I mean, hey guys, this is Super Lush Life, and this is amazing to complete this goal and how many other goals, right? This far, you know, this season, this Super Lush Life season, guys, and summer and year, guys. It's not even June, guys, and just look at all the absolute amazing stuff that I have done. So yeah, those girls over there are getting ready for their hot girl summer. Look, I'll show you guys. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, never mind. I thought she had on a super red bikini. No, she has on a red sports bra. Looks like a mini a racer back? I don't know. Yeah. They're in ruby red. Yep, they're doing their stretches. It reminds me of when I was at it was actually right around this time last year. No, actually, never mind. That was in June. Yeah. Pretty much right around this time last year. You guys remember the girls at 1,000 steps? Look, I'll show you. There they are. Red and black. And so there they are, guys. They're doing their stretches. So maybe they're going to do a hell of a run too. I don't know. So anyhow, guys, we'll officially, like I said, go ahead and get on in here. Stop taking up too much time. We'll get on my backpack. And obviously, everything fits in here really nice. I'll show you guys quickly before we go. on in here. You know, maybe I'll just join them and just take it off right now. My shirt. Go back down. There you go. So boom. And then 2 water bottles. Guys, let's go ahead. Let's roll on in here. Let me go ahead and get my sunglasses on. Ooh. Alright, guys. Let's roll. Here we go. But no, I'm actually going to wait till I get halfway in here just so I can get a couple photos in Miami Beach. And then we'll get them all by myself. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys soon. Well, guys, as you guys can see, I'm just shortly in here. I have to show this, though, guys. This is crazy. Look at that snake. That is wild. That is a big one. Can you tell the... Guys, is that a diamondback? I can't tell. Diamonds? Do you see diamonds? Yeah, it looks like a diamondback, guys. What? Guys, that is crazy. So we'll have to be on the lookout. Maybe one will be sitting out here on the trail sunning themselves. That'll be cool. So I get to see my first rattlesnake with you guys. First Rattlesnake Friday. Obviously this video will probably be called Finish the Trail Friday or Finish the Turkey Friday. How about that? Turkey Hill Overlook Trail. So finish the turkey. That'll be fun. And then also this morning as well. Oh, he's checking it out too. My blood sugar was also low this morning and was also low last night. So there wasn't much of a, you know, like catch up and all of that on anything really. Except, well, I did watch another episode of Atypical, but after that, my blood sugar went low, you know, and I waited like half an hour and it was like, it was only went up like 10. It was like 65 to 75. And now, obviously, this morning before I was about to leave, blood sugar was 49 again, which is just insane because I had a whole bagel. I had peanut butter on one half. I had jelly on the other half. And then, obviously, I made my peanut butter jelly. And then I had eggs with it too. You know, eggs don't have much carbs. But then I had my orange juice, the pineapple orange banana juice. And I was still down to 49 right before I left. So I was just like, you know what? This is just insane. But again, I packed my Coke for that reason. So thankfully I was able to come up then, you know, and go from there. So yes, I'm officially now up. But yes, even with the brief delay and obviously the issues last night. So they should be stopping though here in probably like just under a week, thankfully, right? So I kind of fit what I had said before, right? With where hatred comes from and stuff like that. So, and my own beliefs on that. And obviously, yes, it's like, hey, you know, I wanted to go on a hike right away this morning, right? But the average it said, sorry, bitch, you gotta deal with me for a little bit. You gotta deal with me last night, too. So, yeah. So, now with all that being taken care of, boom, we're ready to roll. And you guys can also see, it doesn't look too choppy in there. It's just the regular flow of the river, which is nice. So, that'll be really, really fun. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop taking up battery. I'm officially gonna get on up here. I'll talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, we're shortly after the half mile mark. So probably close to a mile now. Probably are because those girls are just now running through. Perfect, guys. Alright, now let's do over here, outlooking the river. There we go. Oh no, I'm good. Thank you though. I got a good tripod set up and all that.
There you go.
Hang on. No, definitely one. Oh, I like this though. Do you remember? I'm almost there, guys. Almost back. I can almost do it. So, anyhow, guys, I think this was pretty much where I was when I did it for the 4th of July. So, as you guys just saw and heard, I wanted to do that. We are now officially at 1.5 miles. I believe that's what this sign is up here. Yep, 1.5, guys. So anyhow, let's keep rolling. We're almost there, 1.5 miles, and then we'll start doing some big time videos. So here we go. Alright guys, I'm just now at Man's Run, obviously, and I went back in there, and yes guys, the trail cam is still up in there. I'll show you guys. There it is. Way up in there. Wait, is that actually a trail cam? I can't see it myself, but yeah. I wonder who in the heck ever put it in there. Also, how in the heck, and I don't know about you, right? So there's another time, right? Like last Super Lush Life. I don't know about you, right? That's me saying like, you know, I don't quite understand why you want to do that. I mean, you're not going to see much besides people, you know. Maybe they want to, I don't know, catch somebody, right? Maybe they have, maybe, right, like I did, obviously, right? Yes. The female-friendly version of GPS was not initiated, right? And it didn't say, you know, this ends at a female-friendly route, right? Myrtle Beach Highway does not have many restrooms, so as soon as you see one, just basically go, right? Yeah, so maybe they want to do that. I don't know. Guys, that's crazy. What the heck? I'm sure as heck not going to carry a 12-foot ladder 1.5 miles, you know? I mean, that'd be hella workout. And also other people would see and they'd be like, what are you doing in here with a ladder? Right? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Why there's a trail cam there? Who checks that trail camera? When do they check the trail camera? It's weird. But anyhow, guys, let's keep rolling. We're getting there. Almost to 2 miles now. Because that was obviously 1.5 miles at Man's Run. So here we go. Right, guys, shortly after 2 miles. Look. There he is, Indigo Bunting. Watch him have a nest up there in that grapevine. That'll be crazy. So, also, it's just going to be me probably on foot traffic. Because I remember that from the 4th of July, you know. Once I got up to like 3 miles, I saw like 2 people. And speaking of that, here comes some bikes. So, yeah, pretty cool, huh? Alright, guys, we're almost to mile 3. Let's keep rolling. Hey, everyone. Your girl is here. So, phone is now officially at 85, obviously. And I still can't quite figure it out. It was literally right after, if I'm walking back that way, so like 2.4 miles in, there was a trail back there that said Turkey Hill Trail, but it didn't say Overlook Trail. So I'm gonna keep walking up here a little bit, and also looking at some of the, holy cow, it's a big feather. Looking at some of the pictures, it definitely didn't shoot out there like that. There was like a little mini island, so I turned around and looked, and it didn't look like it was out that way. So we'll just keep walking on in here. You guys can tell I'm not tired at all. I've been hauling ass in here. We're gonna figure out what's here at the end of this trail. So yeah, I haven't seen any wait, hang on, here's an arrow that says this way. So we'll see how I feel once I get to mile 4, and then we'll just keep going. So let's see what it says here. Oh, just designated rock climbing area. Okay. So they just kind of let you walk on here on your own. So yeah. Actually, I think those people look familiar. So those people up there, yeah, they definitely do, which means it must just end up here. But I guess we're not just gonna, you know, just go off educated guesses. We're gonna keep going. But I know I just saw that person with the bright yellow. So, no, that had a different back, had writing on it. But yeah, guys, we now know who the bikers are. Those bikers that just passed us, right? That pale green and that black shirt, you know? So, walk on up here and see. But we're gonna figure out what is down here at the end of this trail. So, and hey, you know, I mean, I don't foresee it being a hell of a hike up to that Turkey Hill Overlook Trail. If it is simply just that, you know, just hike that up through there will be nothing. So, but like I said, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna figure this out. So, we're gonna do it together. So let me flip you guys around here. You can see it looks like we're getting to another little stream and a run. So that's a good sign. And also, you know, not getting any exercise this morning really gave me that energy boost, because I'm not even worn down or anything right now. It's really, really nice, guys. I will need to get a drink though here soon, so we'll see what's in here. It's a brand new territory, guys. Brand new. So let's see. Oh, here comes a helicopter. Let's see what kind it is. So it doesn't even look like you can get into it. Wow, guys, look at my tan. Whew. So they call this Phrase Run. Like the band, right? The Fray. What is their big song? Oh, yes, How to Save a Life. I think that's the Fray. Yeah, I think that's the only big one that I know. You know, because I'm not a big time, you know. Ooh. My toe is starting to hurt a little bit. I have no idea where it is, guys. No idea at all. You can't see it. So, anyhow, let's see. Okay, still up at 82, so we're really good now. But yeah, you know, we'll keep walking on in here. You know, it is kind of, you know, the same, but it's different. You know, I don't see, or no, that was the end of, because there was 2 signs pointing opposite directions. So that's where everything is for designated area. Certain spots on this trail, there are Actually, I really like that. That get me like right in the middle. Wait. Look. Perfect. Alright, that was a good 2 seconds there towards the end. What is that? Oh, just a vulture, guys. I thought it was an eagle. You know, you could see a lot of eagles down here. So, but we'll see if and when any of those bikers turn around and we see them again. But don't actually also remember the trail. Actually, I think I should be pretty close, honestly, to the end of it. I don't know, we'll see, because that initial map, I should have taken a picture of the initial map at the start of this, way back there at the start, 3 miles out, you know. So we'll keep walking and seeing. I also haven't seen any like boat launch access sites through here, which is kind of a bummer. So, you know, but I definitely again want to try to do a drop out here. You know, I could see a bull shark, you know, or is it the tiger sharks? No, I think it's the bull sharks that come up upstream a little bit from the Chesapeake Bay. So those would be fun to see, except not fun to big time encounter though, just because of you know, the most aggressive, right? So the hammerheads can be aggressive, but they're not all by themselves. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a little mini waterfall, guys. Well, it is, just not a waterfall I can get up underneath. Bummer. So that's crazy. I also don't know where I saw those berries last time. I haven't seen any of them though this time. So, but yeah, like I said, you know, this hill up here, this rock slide and everything, it stayed the same height, which is a good sign for me, obviously. Before that biker gets there, I'll get on this side. He can pass me where you're supposed to pass. So, yes, no causing traffic jams, Alyssa. Swerving all over the damn road. So yes, yes, like I said, it'll be super easy to walk on in there. So we're gonna get to like mile 5. It's not even 1 o'clock, I don't think. 12:59, so it is 1 minute till 1, right? So yeah, we got all dang day, guys, you know. And also, it was nice seeing the gas in Lewisburg was $4, so that was super rewarding to see that. I did honestly fill up relatively close to my place, but I knew that coming back I'm gonna stop in Lewisburg, so I took, you know, the different way down here today. So obviously Interstate 80 to well, US 15, which it's actually the Lewisburg exit, and then US 15 comes, it's actually 11 and 15 at the same time. See, I was always confused because I thought like 11 was the road towards like Buffalo and Corning, and 15 was, you know, I mean, what do you call that? I don't know. On the way to Albany, right? So obviously that is a big time debater of, you know, from amongst New Yorkers, right? So New Yorker debate Friday. So a first New York debate. And obviously I don't have much to put into it because I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. But obviously actually the assistant manager after the show job, which obviously if you guys listened, I'll just say, okay, KFC, right? So yes, she was actually born really, really close to the Canada line. And I was like, well, you know, what is that, like Albany? They're like, oh no, this is more. You know, so it's like a debate. It's like, it's the Adirondacks, you know, considered, you know, upstate New York, you know, the Adirondacks start, you know, they're like the southernmost, yeah. So it's one of those debates. But yeah, you guys can see all the deer tracks in there through too, so that's good. Once we get to this next picnic area, wherever that is, we're gonna get a drink. But yeah, you guys can see it's actually like no chop at all. It's just a nice flow, you know, really calm waters. That'll be great to practice with, you know. And hopefully the ocean is like that, you know, when I go down again this fall. So that'll be good. That's how it was pretty much last year, you know. If I would have had the weather that I had in 2025, guys, I'd be through the freaking roof. I would have been out there on that paddleboard so much, wouldn't even been funny how many times. You wouldn't even been able to count how many times I was out there. See, you can't even see any island or anything down there. We obviously know that we're getting close to the end. Just coming up here, we should be able to see a bridge, and that'll be fun to see. Let's keep going out here. Pretty soon I'll start doing some views for you guys. We'll quit talking and taking up the show. You guys usually like my talks too, so I do a good job at splitting everything up. So, okay, we're almost there. Look, right there. Because this there's no way that thing at the edge of that bridge way down here is the Turkey Hill Overlook Trail. But who knows, guys? Maybe this goes down to that bridge. But it also doesn't make sense because the picture online doesn't look anything like that. So, alright guys, here's a picnic area. My girl face. There's something in my hair. Alright guys, let's keep going. We're almost there. Take a little water break. Like I said guys, we're almost to that bridge, which means we're going to continue to anchor down. We're going to keep going. Here comes two blue people on a bike. Wearing, it's like blue short sleeves, like dark blue. Nice little stream. Exit stream up there. I'm surprised no snakes, guys. Even with all the water way down here. You know? Give me 1 second to get off my backpack. There we go. I'll set you guys here. Columbia. Did you guys see that? Columbia. And now it's time for my Columbia, right? So, where do you take your Columbia, Alyssa? Well, actually, Columbia, Pennsylvania is very, very close nearby. So, I take it to Columbia, Pennsylvania. Hey guys, and wait, if I would have on yellow, my yellow shorts that I wore in whenever I was staying in Columbia, it would be a match. So, let me get these out of my, give myself a little bit of a gap, honestly. So, holy cow, guys, this is good though. Over 3.5 miles. I hope this ends at, hang on. I hope this ends at the sign of how long it is until the end, because look guys, this is crazy. Wild. So that there says 29, and right around mile 1, so like 3 miles back there basically, it said 32. Wait, that basically means 1 each mile, but I don't know. Yeah, actually, yeah, guys, that is insane though. Holy cow. I definitely don't foresee 29 miles left. I mean, there's definitely 29 miles, more than 29 miles left in Pennsylvania, right, to like New York and New Jersey. Well, here, it would be New Jersey. Well, anyway, if you go east. But you can actually enter New York without going through New Jersey. You would just have to go the long way around. So, yes. Actually, ooh, I love that glow. Alright, guys, that's a good one. That's a good one. Indeed. I'm trying to think. Any other poses I can do? I don't think so, no. Maybe this, but other than that, wait, hang on. I'm gonna get my Columbia. Ready? Columbia. Where do you take your Columbia? Columbia, Pennsylvania. Alright guys, that was a good one. So, let me actually fix my shoe while I'm here. So you guys can see, obviously I have these brooks, but, or I'm sorry, the Dr. Scholl thing, but this never goes out when I'm just sitting, but once I walk for a while, it somehow goes out. Maybe these actually are labeled and I just didn't look at them. Like left shoe, right shoe. I don't know. But you guys can also see I don't have those red spots too, which is nice. So that's a good sign. Right? Looks like my shoe had a period, right? See, and I even tried to use, like, I'm not being very ladylike, guys. Alright, guys, so what I'm gonna do now, honestly, just to save myself some battery, honestly, I'm going to have my peanut butter and jelly on my own, and then just because, yeah, I'm down to 76 now, so yeah, so let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll be back on with you guys, you know, once I'm up there a little ways. Here we go. Bird's gonna have the rest of that. Let's get walking, guys. Here we go. Put everything back in. Here we go. Alright, guys. So, I don't think that I actually filmed them. Actually, I'm gonna have to go back through my films, honestly. But I know that, no, actually, yes, I did. Because I showed you guys the whole area where you could fall off. And they were one of the first people who passed me. So, they had their kid, right? They were in that Dodge white minivan. I'm gonna go double check, and I'll be right back on with you guys. But I was right. We're getting close to the end. So we'll see what's down here, you know? They're just like they're like a big rock that just says, thanks for going the whole trail. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out, though. Finish the Turkey Friday, guys. Here we go. Alright, guys, so I actually looked, and no, I was wrong. But I am not wrong about this. Is still a brand new record, guys. This is wild. And you guys can see, it looks like there's a dam there, which honestly, I do believe that Harrisburg is probably one of the last dams on the Susquehanna River. So I know obviously Sunbury has a dam. I don't think Lewisburg had a dam. But regardless, guys, holy cow, that guy is wearing a freaking full-on yellow sweatshirt. That's crazy, guys. How the heck she's not burning up? That's a little bit dangerous. You know, I hope they have a whole hell of a lot of water. But anyhow, guys, so yes, obviously now it looks like these rocks are starting to fade. So that's cool, you know? Looks like we're definitely approaching the end. Those rocks are gonna start to fade. Oh, look, guys. Nice little rock climbing. We'll have to take a peek in there on our way back through. Well, holy cow, guys, I can't believe this. 4 whole miles in here. You guys can definitely tell I'm on fire, right? I'm on fire to end this trail. Let's see what is up here. I'm on fire. Fire burning, huh? Fire burning. You know? So. Yes. Jeez. Alright, guys, once I'm done coughing, I'll be back on with you guys. And also, again, I'm in the 70s now. I got 4 miles to go, so I'm going to save a little bit. I'll obviously continue to film for really big stuff. We'll do a long shot again, walking back. So, anyhow, talk to you guys soon. My God, guys, look. Oh, that's clever, guys. Little hole on the hillside. That's clever, indeed. So anyhow, guys, officially now, I took care of all of that water and BS, you know, or I'm sorry, that coughing and BS. So here we are, guys. I think this is the dam. It doesn't look like a dam, but we're officially almost there. see. Have little lookouts down there. So, definitely is getting close there. And also, how in the heck did those groundhogs get way in here in the first place, right? Because they would have had to have continued, right, at some point. So, they have to first get here, right? You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, well, how did Mexicans, right, get into the United States? Well, they came from, right, and then they were legal, right, and then they produced here, right, and the citizenship for that obviously changes widely, right, depending on who's president and all of that, and I'm again not going to get into my own personal viewpoints on that, but yes, obviously, yeah, that's just crazy how one of them would have had to have come. I mean, come on, guys, look at this. How in the heck are you gonna propagation? I forget what the heck. I don't know what that means. I think they're looking for eagles. Hi. What's up there?
Everyone's back in.
Oh.
The babies are yelling. Yeah. We're hungry. We're eating. Tell this my babies. My mom in the bed.
The babies are
You also. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad I said something. I agree.
are the babies making that noise, or is that
Yes,
the?
that's the babies.
Oh my God, they're so loud.
I think they want fed.
Oh.
They're saying, "Mom, I'm hungry."
Oh.
I could see them. I can't. Yeah, I can't see the babies right now. They must have tucked back in.
Have a great trip.
Thank you. Great trip. I'm glad you
Yes. Oh, so I didn't finish the one thing. So Lori and Bobby do the polar bear swim,
Let's
Yeah.
see.
and I had signed up for it.
Well, wasn't it canceled or something?
Canceled. Yeah, it was too cold. And they just said, no, we can't do this.
I thought it was canceled because I'm thinking, I remember Linda posted something about
Yes,
it
yes,
being
yes.
canceled.
They up there in the pine tree up there?
Below the pine tree.
Oh, right where that little green patch is?
Well, we're gonna
Little brush and a tree.
come back and did you? Ah. Okay. Well, this is our first time on this trail.
It's nice.
We're just finally,
It is nice. And it's flat. I said,
yeah.
which is
Well, it's got the 2%
Huh.
rate of that
Yeah.
in, so.
not so bad.
Or is it? Yeah.
What?
Like another,
Maybe a mile.
maybe? That's what I thought. I thought it went the whole way down to the dam there.
It goes,
Past,
well,
it goes past that.
goes
Oh,
well
wow.
past that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not what, 19, 20 miles?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They connected
Yes,
up and
we're
it runs
gonna
on
go.
out
Yes, we're
inland
gonna
to the
go.
county.
Oh, wow.
It's like 20
like
miles
we
or so.
Holy
25
cow.
miles.
That's crazy.
So you can go a
I
long
am
way.
sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
Turn around and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long walk.
I will use
I don't know how the heck I could do like
you.
10,000 steps and then do this, you know?
So now,
Yeah.
your
That
mother
would be
died, or your dad
heck of
died
a
before
hike.
your mother?
Oh, there it is. The mom, I think, is back.
Dad's been going a while. He had cancer. And it went really quick. They originally said, oh, it'll be years.
Yeah.
He's going within 2 months.
Oh,
Going within 2 months. I mean, the last couple of
Gosh.
days he was at hospice, so doing good.
Okay,
had
yes,
Good drive
yeah.
at that point.
wow. That's
So-
fast.
Which I said in one sense I'm thankful because he didn't have to go through the,
Right.
everything, because he wasn't gonna
Yeah.
do anything. I mean, he wasn't gonna shoot.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. My dad was 94 and he had options.
That's crazy.
And then he took care of his
So,
son, and then we were good.
4.5. As you guys just heard, obviously it is a very, very, very long way in here. So we're only gonna go to mile like We'll do 5.5, and then we'll turn around. After we do our Turkey Hill Overlook Trail at 2.5, that's probably where that is. We'll officially go ahead and run back then. So this will be my endurance. I know you guys are wondering, well, what is the endurance, Alyssa? Well, that's what it is. So we'll do my endurance test. We'll do another 2.5 running back. And that's obviously why I'm splitting up the waters. So it'll be easier as I'm running to work with this, you know, and then go from there. So anyhow, it looks like the dam you can walk on. So that'll be good. Alright guys, let's keep walking. I'm the only foot traffic, as you guys can also tell. So that's good. Okay. Once we get up here, right in line with this dam, we'll call it quits then and we'll walk back. Guys, look. Oh my god, guys, look. No, guys, no way. Guys, are those eagles? Oh my god. Oh my god. Look. Look. Guys, no way. Oh my god. Guys, look at this. Those eagles. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys. Oh my god. Guys. That is beautiful. Oh my god. Look at them down there. Oh my god, guys. That is breathtaking. You know, if I would have known there would have been this many birds on here, I would have brought my my good camera for reals. Guys, I can't believe that. No wonder that woman's down here. She must have walked her booty the whole way in here, too. Guys, no way. Look. Look at this. There they are. They're doing their noise. They have a really weird noise at certain times. But holy cow, guys. This is definitely the place to see them. And yes, indeedy, guys. We are seeing them. So let's see if we can walk down in there. If that's available and open for people to walk on. And we'll see. So we're almost there if it is. Then, like I said, guys, we'll turn around. We'll do that Turkey Hill trail that was back there, and it said like 2 miles. And then we'll officially go ahead and work our way back on home then. So, yeah, definitely, because it's only 2:33. Well, I mean, I could go to that Gravity Hill. Yeah, that's what it's called, Gravity Hill. So, we'll see, guys. We'll see. Alright, looks like there's also a secret hidden trail in there. Ooh. That is beautiful, guys. I love that. Yeah, guys, that definitely was the Turkey Hill Overlook Trail way back there at almost mile 2.5. Alright guys, keep walking on in here. No, I don't think people are allowed in here though. It's just the dam. Yeah, people aren't allowed in there. It'd be nice if we could, huh? Or if people were allowed. But I don't think they are, guys. So, alright. Well, I'll officially end it again. And then I'll either see you guys up here because you can. Or give you guys an update. And then turn back around. Here we go. Alright, guys. Whew! 5 whole miles. We gotta get a picture by this. Indeed. Alright, guys, so whew, holy cow, guys, that is a heck of a hike, guys. Whew, 5 miles, and it looks like it's still going down there. So we'll go up to this little white pavilion way up here, and then we'll turn around once we get up there. But holy cow, guys, 5 miles one way, 13,000 steps. That is crazy. We're still going strong. Still going, Alyssa. Let's get it, girl. Here we go. You guys down at the one-time Zoom. Wait, so how much water do they not use? Do they only use the water that comes through this side? Or do they let this side go? Because if they used all the water, then the Susquehanna would just run out. Well, technically not though, because it's always outputting. It's always outputting, you know, water, right? So, actually no, but still though, guys. What in the heck? I don't understand. Like, where's the water? They have to let some water go through. Or else, from where the West Branch starts and from where the North, or the main river, the West Branch starts in like Johnstown or something. Yeah, so that would be the only places of the river that would have water. After so long. I mean, obviously it'd be a long time, but you guys get the point though, you know? Heck yeah, guys, look at this. Perfect, guys, perfect. Alright, come on. Stupid water bottle. Alright, let's keep going here. And then once I get, you know, to probably like a little bit further up here, I'm sorry, walking back. Once I get to like mile 3.5, I'm gonna make sure that I am hydrated. Because there is a bathroom at like 2.5. And I'll definitely use that one for sure. Alright guys, right in line with the dam. Here we go. I'm gonna flip you guys around so I can actually get you guys right this time. Mess it up. Here we go. Almost there. Wonder what this turns into. Some like big long bridge or something. And also guys, when I took 11 and 15, well, actually 15, I actually got to see, well, I was right in line. I didn't actually get to see, but where the West Branch meets. Oh my god! Guys, look at this. Oh my gosh. Wow. My God, guys, look at the currents down there. Holy cow. Could you imagine being on a paddleboard out there, guys? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. That would be absolutely insane, guys. Oh my God. Alright, guys. Let's get a pic. Wait, and then, hang on, wait. There you go. Alright, that was 5 seconds. Let's do this way. There we go. Alright guys, that was a good another 5 seconds, 6 seconds. So holy cow guys, no freaking way. Oh my God. This is insane guys. This is wild. Absolutely insane. Alright, so we'll definitely go up here, like I said, to the ending. And then we'll turn around. But again, I'm curious like what exactly all they do. You know? So, and then we're coming up here on the sign too, which is fun. So let's see what this sign says. And then like I said, we'll walk up here to this actual paved part finally and kind of see what's going on. Alright guys, here we go. If they have a bathroom here, I'm gonna use it for sure. Alright guys, here we go. Alright guys, here we go, on the other side of the plant. Okay, well it's not focusing that well, but you guys can see it over there. So they call this the Safe Harbor Dam, guys. Safe Harbor Dam. There's no way. 4,000 men representing, and only 706. Well, actually, that's like 2.5 years. But guys, well, actually, I mean, think about it. You're only going over that far, so that'll be good. I'll go ahead and screenshot this and read the whole thing later. You know, don't just read part of the story, right? Look at the whole thing. Okay, and we'll look at all these pictures here. Alright guys, so like I said, we'll walk out here just a little bit on this bridge. We'll get a couple pics and then we'll officially be done. So yes, this is one heck of a place here. So and that guy's asleep, so I'll definitely use it for sure. Alright guys, here we go. Yeah, I wonder though, like how far they went in though. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they would have had to go in there pretty far you know, for, you know, all those loopholes, right, to be there. So, alright guys, here we go. Can I fit my phone down in here? No. No. Alright guys, so, 1 second here. Oh, we'll get our pick. Alright guys, so I'm officially now going to get a side pick, and then like I said, I'll officially be done. So here we go. Alright guys, so I officially got my side pick. That'll be good for the thumbnail for this. And here we go. Then obviously I have the American flag behind me. There we go, look at that guys. Oh no, God's green earth. Oh, I thought that was a boat. I was like, how in the heck did a boat get through that dam? Could you imagine having like a red, white, and blue sports bra, right? Well, an American flag, not red, white, and blue sports bra. American flag sports bra, or like my American flag headband. That'd be really cool. But anyhow, guys, I'm officially gonna go tinkle here, and then we'll start working our way back. So I'll finish this. Here we go. Very nice and big in here. And yeah, you shouldn't make it complete hell, you know, for someone if they're only gonna give them every 2.5 miles. Then yeah, make it nice and nice bathroom for them. So yes, anyhow, guys, officially just went tinkle, and now obviously we can keep on and rolling. So we'll go up here to this little lookout for just one final lookout. We'll get rolling. So awesome, guys. Awesome. Wait, let's see what this watch box thing is about. Here we go. So it's okay, so if there's red flags, so if a train was coming, that's cool. Manor Township, Dauphin County. Yeah, this is still Dauphin County. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get on up here. This will be our final lookout. I'll try to get a full body pick if I can. No, I just won't have the, wait, no, yep, I can. Alright guys, let's get a full body pick. 26 years of service, guys. It's a hell of a long time. Alright. There better not be any bees nest in here, guys. I'm gonna be... There also better not be any snakes in there, too. Wait, here. I mean, it's pretty vertical. Woo. There we go. Okay. This will be it. Make sure we stand off to the side. Sweet baby Jesus. Alright guys, let me get out my Columbia next. We'll do my, where do you take your Columbia? We'll do one of those and we'll be done. Hang on. Here we go. Hang on. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to... No, I can. Walk like an Egyptian. Alright guys, that'll officially do it for now. So I'll officially go ahead and get going, and then I'll see you guys at about mile marker 3 again. So here we go. I gotta get the heck out of here with all these bees. The lower version of Chimney Rock. This will be for a 3-part collage. Well, there you have it, guys. I thought it was a snake that went down in there, and then I was like, well, I don't know, it's hard to tell it, because it was like towards the end of it, so I thought it was a snake. That's obviously definitely a prime place for a snake, right? But it wasn't. But right there, you guys can see, just a slow little walk. You don't spook them too much, they come right back out. So that was pretty cool. I love how he just like froze, right? I did have to move up my glasses, you know, I don't know, just after the minute mark, but he was already up there just chilling out on the rock. And then obviously I was getting good film, so I had Chris Young, right? You turned around and we locked eyes, right? So, well, I just might have to stay, guys. And yes, I stayed for a little bit, and I enjoyed the groundhog. I wasn't gonna scream, but I wonder what would happen. I wonder if he would have stood up. If I would have went, like really freaking loud, you know? You know, I should start carrying around a whistle, like an actual whistle, right? And see, you know, there you go. You know, they'll probably just run if I'm that close to them, though. But anyhow, guys, let's just keep on trucking. I just might have to stay, guys. And yes, I turned around, I locked eyes with the river. And I was like, well, I just might have to stay. Alright, guys, let's keep rolling. Just like the alligator in Florida, in the Everglades. Oh, right. You guys remember that? He is just chilling on the water. Looked like he wasn't even moving because he kept up with the current just perfectly. Looked like he was just anchored down there. That was cool to see. Alright guys, here we go. Alright guys, here we go. Just got to the 4-mile mark. Let's see what it is. Alright guys, we'll figure out soon enough what that is. I'll have to watch the video myself, see if we can see any tail number or anything. Actually, I still have to look at that one that I saw when I was going down to Florida. I actually still have that video, so I'll have to see which one that was again. Where it was from, or it was a big one. I think there's been a couple this year that have been big, right? They've made the news. But I mean, granted, almost anything does to an extent, right? Like, for example, earthquakes, right? Earthquakes aren't just like national news, they're world news. I don't actually know why an earthquake is considered world news. Maybe it makes it easier for scientists throughout the world, right, to predict where in the world, right, the next earthquake will be. Actually, never really made sense to me why earthquakes are world news. But I'll try to figure that out, actually, So, obviously, they still get all their information at the end of the year, I actually don't know how that works, but obviously, like, for example, right, like, at the end of the year, right, all hospitals in the state of Pennsylvania, anybody who would treat anybody for anything send their reports to the state. So it's not just like any old email address, and it's not just you just send it, right? Like, it is severely encrypted, but they send it to the state, obviously meaning the capital, right? So, for example, people in Pennsylvania send it to Harrisburg here, pretty close to here, and then they, obviously, the states then send it to a national email, and then that's how they know, for example, like, in this history of this state, there's been this many reported, incidents like this, right? So that's how they figure all that stuff out. But, again, it's weird, because it's not like, you're doing humanitarian help, right? But I mean, you could, yeah, like I said, I'll figure it out, guys. I want to save my battery. I'm down to 50 now, so here we go. Alright guys, 3.5 miles left. Bada bing and bada boom. Whew. Here, let me show you guys the total solar eclipse. Wait, let's see, is it coming back? I can't see it. I just looked at the sun. Almost, guys. It's almost, well, actually, it's pretty close. There it is. Whew. That is one heck of a good hike, guys. This has been a good long hike. I've obviously been nailing it out here. Alright guys, here we officially are. Turkey Hill Trail. Mile about 2.5. I don't know where the marker is. Should literally just down around the bend. 2.5. So anyhow, guys, let's roll through here. I did also find this water bottle. So, obviously I still have a whole water bottle left and a little bit of my Columbia. I'm still obviously super hydrated. So we'll just kind of, check it out and see. But, yeah, so let me go ahead, find a good place, let me see, to set you guys down, if we can open it, and it opens safely, right, we're gonna keep it. So, here we go, see how well it opens, ready? Yeah, the whole way, guys. That's crazy. I cannot believe that I found a whole entire water bottle. So, anyhow, guys, let me put this in here. I gotta save as much battery as I can. Like I said, I'm down at 40, so I'll be right back on with you guys in 1 second. Hey Hey guys, here comes the first obstacle. Obviously super wet log, and it's super wet right over. So I just want to come on and show that. I don't know how long this trail is, so just to be safe until I can get there safely, I'm just going to film myself walking up, and then yeah, we'll talk up at the top then. Here we go. Hey everyone. Okay, just the bumblebee, thank God. Coming to you guys today now. Here we are. Whew, geez, get the heck away. So, gusset checks, guys. Obviously, just for myself. So, obviously, I had a Super Lush Life 2024 flashback once again. So, there was a girl in red shorts. She was squatting down multiple times right by her bike. And I was like, what's going on with this, right? But I had reminders of 2024. So I actually watched the film really quickly. And yes, actually, well, that's also why I said that, you know, we would take a break, right? And I wouldn't film walking up to this main area. So yes, obviously, you can actually see the phone in her right hand. And she went to squat. She didn't squat down at all while I was filming her. But I was like, you know, there's just something about this, you know. This happens too much of the time, you know. And obviously, you don't really have to worry about it much, right, when you're on a bike. Just because your, you know, vantage point's a little bit different than everybody else. You know, there's a lot of things that go into, right. And obviously, the way that you're sitting, right, if you have any bit of a gap. What on the heck is that noise? Sound like a deer laying down. Anyhow, guys, so yes, obviously, you know, anything like that, there's a security gap, right? Kind of like my purple leggings in Super Lush Life. Well, actually, the past two Lush Lives, I didn't pull them in super tight, but it was definitely different than, you know, just a shirt, right, covering the area. But actually, yes, you can actually see she puts her phone like and then I was like, oh, I get it. Been there, done that, guys. No joke. You guys saw it in Pittsburgh, right? And obviously, if, you know, for her, if she doesn't have any social media or video format social media, she probably, you know. But even I have done that with you guys. I've done gusset checks, and if it's within my comfort range, then yes, I just let it be. So I may post it at the end, but I might just do a screenshot and all of that. But yeah, it reminded me of the girl in 1,000 Steps, which I still do not think those were gusset checks, though, guys. Yeah, at all. I think those were, well, yeah, some of maybe that content kind of stuff, honestly. But anyhow, guys, I still, actually, this year then, will do a Super Lush Life 2024 flashback of my own. Because last year, I never took, right, my little selfie stick up there and went like this, right, and seen, right? But like I said, especially with, right, like, she saw me coming, and then she's like, right, go ahead, get your picture, right? Go ahead, right? And again, obviously I didn't, because that was not the purpose, and because that's not the purpose here, right? Yeah, because that's not the purpose here either. We'll officially get up, right? But we'll also, you know, yeah, we'll figure it out. So, but yeah, like I said, that's what she did. So, but yeah, like I said, I'll probably screenshot a little bit of it, honestly. And I just saw a bird's nest up in here. I'll screenshot it, and then I'll, you know, probably just get rid of it or blur, you know, her booty, right? Yes, that is not the purpose. So, yes. Anyhow, guys, we'll keep rolling here. We're almost there. Just keep rolling, just keep rolling. Whew. So, I'm gonna see how much I'm at now. 37. Whew. I'm gonna go ahead and end it for another 5 minutes. So, talk to you guys in 5 minutes. Alright guys, so actually what I have to do is I have to actually just walk to the end of the trail. The trail is actually like behind, so like up the road going home, so like going like west, northwest, right? Obviously from where you park. I do not know why I thought it was up here, but it definitely isn't it. So I'm gonna go to that place and then we'll officially be back on. My phone's now down to 36. So I definitely want to hurry, right, and get moving. So let's go ahead, let's do that, and I'll be back on with you guys real soon. All right, guys, 1, 2, 3 mountains, or 3 islands, a whole hell of a lot of bridges, and obviously the massive multiple islands. It just looks like one big island. That, guys, is exactly where that picture, I'm going to post it here on the screen now, is. Which means it must be up there. Somewhere up there. So, that means that there must be a trail, obviously, at this parking area that I need to find and figure out where in the heck it is. So, once I get up here, right, we're going to have that popcorn for some energy, right? We're gonna get some water, obviously. We're gonna use the restroom again, and then we're gonna find this lookout trail. I've came up here too many times to be like, save it for another time. No, guys, this is Super Lush Life. We're gonna crank up the Super Lush Life, and we're gonna find this trail. We're not gonna save it for a sunny day. We're gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and then I can, you know, save a different location around here that's really, really fun and enjoyable. Save, you know, a second half of that for a rainy day. But yes, guys, it's literally right up there. All right, guys, here we go. We're almost there. Almost. Holy cow, guys, look at this. I'm right out here, right near the railroad car, right here at the end, obviously. Exactly where it is, right, the overlook trail. And I happen to look up and boom, there it is, guys. I don't understand. Guys, I seriously don't understand at all. Actually, come to think of it, that might be just to see if anybody vandalizes that, you know, railroad car, right? That's probably what that one's for. But seriously, what are all the other ones that I've seen here for? I don't know. Anyhow, guys, let's get back to my car. Alright, guys, 4:26. I officially now have my phone charging. And obviously, I'm gonna eat my popcorn, which is all that I have left from this morning. So I'm officially gonna eat that, and then we will officially, here in about 10 minutes, once everything is charged enough, we'll officially go ahead and hike on up in there. So, and also, I guess I can show a little bit. I mean, it's insane, guys. Insane tan lines now. Getting well, actually, that is actually up close and personal. But yes. Anyhow, guys, I'll blur anything that I didn't like. So anyhow, let's roll. Whew. 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 Here I am, guys. Finally. 30,000 steps today, by the way. Astronomical, guys. Wait, okay, good. My keys are my sunflowers. Guys, for literally all that I had today to eat, that is killer, guys. We finally made it. Woo! Let's scare all the deer away and let them know that Alyssa made it. Whew. Guys, this is epic. I can't believe I finally made it. Whew. This is the moment that I've been waiting for, guys. Waiting for, and waiting for. Whew. As you guys can see, I probably could have just, you know, used the Turkey Hill Trail that I was on earlier today. Probably could have walked it out. But would I have known that, well, I probably could have figured it out actually, and went down the way that I just came up. Whew! Alyssa did it. Put your hands in the air. Let me hear you shout. Alyssa did it. Whew. She got it. Yes. Thank gosh, guys. Here we go. It's about time. Finally get to see this lookout. Whew. And from what I saw online, there's not a lot of like close to sunset, or really close to the golden hour. And we are pretty close to the golden hour, guys. About like an hour and a half left. Okay, guys, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alyssa did it! Whew! Alyssa did it. Alyssa freaking did it, guys. There's nobody behind me. But guys, woo! Yes. Let me show you guys. Ah, my chafing is really bad. Ooh. All right, guys, here we go. Whew. Heck yes, guys. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, guys. Whew. Let's get it, Alyssa. Let's get it. Alright, guys, I'm going to get a side photo just for screenshot purposes. I'm sorry, thumbnail, right, and all that. So give me 1 second to do that. Hang on, that's actually a good picture right here. So anyhow, guys, I just looked and it didn't give me the answer. It literally thought I was asking, where do you take them? No, okay, like I'm talking like the hashtag, you know, and they said that nature, national parks, you know, encourage people to be like hashtag whatever the park name is. But again, that's still not what I'm trying to figure out, right? Like, is the hashtag Nature Valley? Like, there has to be a specific hashtag that, you know, it is, because I specifically remember that in those commercials. So anyhow, guys, I'm officially now going to start heading on back. Here we go. Hey everyone, your girl is here. I'm finally back now at my car after that amazing walk up there. Holy cow, guys, that was very beautiful. I'm very happy and excited for everything that I did today. But now I definitely need to start working my way home. And then I gotta get some dinner, obviously. You know, I might just get like 2 McChickens at McDonald's. But I did also see there was a couple Subways along the way, so I might get some Subway. There was a Popeye's chicken, so maybe stop there. I think that was just before Duncannon. Yeah, because 11 and 15 I took into Duncannon, then I was on 322 for a while. So anyhow, guys, we'll see how it works out. But yeah, I'll obviously post those. But I'm gonna start listening to these walking home. I sure as heck am not walking home from here, guys. I'm going to be driving home from here. So yes, let me go ahead and do all of that. I am just above a half of a tank too, so I'll be right in line for Wawa in Lewisburg. I could also go to Wawa and get like a breakfast sandwich too, because those are kind of cheaper, you know, too. So anyhow, guys, I'll figure it out. And then this is all the water that I have left, by the way. So I'll show you guys. There we go. That was perfect, long enough for a thumbnail. So I'm definitely going to have to, stop for some water. But maybe not, though, because look at this, guys. I still cannot believe that I found this. And yes, again, it was completely sealed, right? So that means that I can drink it. It was completely sealed when I opened. I heard the seal break. So it's safe to drink, you know. It's not like we'll have to go back to my kid years, right? And, you know, don't eat any candy, right, if the wrapper ends it, you know. And even in that case, you have to look at the wrapper, too. You know, because, you know, they could use, like, a real fine needle, right, and poke into it. So, it doesn't always count as if it's opened. It's also, is there any breakage of the package? So, anyhow, guys, let's officially roll. Yeah. Other than that, like I said, there was no other walkers, you know, so, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna, you know, maybe next year I'll get into, like, biking, maybe, so get my own bike for 50% Lush Life, you know, that'll be nice, actually. Yeah, heck yeah, guys, actually, that'll be really, really nice, you know, like, then I don't have to drive as far, right? Like, for example, if I can get to a hiking place, you know, I can walk for a little bit, you know, and then I can drive, and then I can just get on my bike and bike like 6 or 7 miles and, you know, head on out. So I think that'll be cool. I'll have to definitely consider that, for next Super Lush 50% in next year. So, and then obviously, yeah, we'll bang out the car loan, and we'll just keep going. But anyhow, guys, I did add all these videos together, and there's like an hour and 35. So I definitely need to go ahead and get going. I will talk to you guys tonight.